Good morning. My name is Jillian Howard, and I'd like to welcome you to the 20th Annual City of Tampa Women's History Month celebration. Since our inception in 1997, the committee has honored accomplished female City of Tampa employees with the Josephine Howard Stafford Memorial Award. It has been our pleasure, and we hope to keep doing so. Thank you for attending, and we hope you enjoy the program. Our Mistress of Ceremonies, Sonya Little, has been the Chief Financial Officer for the City of Tampa since her appointment in 2011. Her prior professional experience includes 3 years as Managing Director with Public Resources Advisory Group, PRAG, in St. Petersburg, Florida, 14 with RBC Capital Markets and William R. Howe and Company as a municipal investment banker, and as financial advisor to the City of Hollywood, Florida, and the Hollywood Beach Community Redevelopment Agency. Quite fitting for this year's theme, Sonya has also served as a member of the PRAG Financial Advisory Team for several local governments. She holds a Bachelor's of Science degree from the University of South Florida and has held both the National Association of Securities Dealers, NASD, Series 7 and 63 licenses. She participated in last year's event presenting the commendation on behalf of the mayor, and we are pleased to have her back again. Let us welcome today's Mistress of Ceremonies, Sonya Little.
Good morning. Thank you, Jillian. It's my honor to be here as your Mistress of Ceremony for this wonderful event. In 1987, Congress officially declared the month of March as Women's History Month. As we celebrate the City of Tampa's 20th Annual Women's History event, it is evident that this municipality is working to form a more perfect union, honoring women in public service and in government. To begin the program, I ask that you please stand for the presentation of colors by members of the MacDill Air Force Base Honor Guard, followed by our national anthem sung by Ms. Nakia Randolph. We will conclude with the Pledge of Allegiance and inspirational message from Ms. Gabriella Badmus.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last streaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In the words of Kathleen McTeague, we gather today as a diverse body of people from many faiths and traditions. We do not speak the same language of worship. We follow different teachings made known to us by sacred voices and scriptures through the ages. We do not utter the same prayers, nor do we even use the same word, if any word at all, to speak the name of the Creator. Nevertheless, we gather today to celebrate the efforts of women to create a more perfect union. In our gathering, we honor and celebrate our diversity. We do not seek a unity that would deny our differences. We seek rather a deeper union, a union woven through choice and intent, through time and attention, through respect and compassion, until we recognize that we have become a whole cloth, a cloth made rich and textured and vibrant through our differences. Each of us can hear in the beating of our own hearts that ancient rhythm of the loom at work. We are woven together. We are bound to one another. We belong to and with each other. Let us celebrate together. Thank you.
We recognize the honor guard, Ms. Randolph, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem, and the men and women of the armed forces for their courageous and committed service to our country. We also thank Gabriella for those inspirational words. Gabriella is a member of the Mayor's Youth Corps, class of 2016. She is a junior attending Cambridge Christian School. She is an active member in the Key Club, president of her school's chapter of Mu Alpha Theta, and a participant in her school choir mission group that just returned from Panama. Gabriella also sings plays the piano, clarinet, and guitar. She wishes to attend Columbia University in the fall of 2017, pursuing a career in medicine or business. Best of luck, Gabriella, in all your current and future endeavors. This year's theme, Working to Form a More Perfect Union, honoring women in public service and government, is a statement of proactivity and progression toward gender equality in our nation and world. The legacy of change is all around us. Tampa strives to be a place of growth for women in a wide range of professions, as evident in the longevity of some of our female personnel. As an insert to your programs, you will find a list of almost 300 current female employees with 20 or more years of service to the city of Tampa. In recognition of those women having more than 20 years of service, I ask that you please stand. How beautiful is that? We thank you for your service. We'd also like to provide special recognition to the following women who have aided the public for 40-plus years. We'll also ask that they stand when your name is called, but we'll ask that the audience please hold your applause until the last name is called. With 41 years of service, Debbie Stevenson. Terry McLeish. Kathy Beck. I know we can't resist, it's okay. With 44 years of service, Phyllis Goodwin. Viola Luke. With 45 years of service, Jeannie Paul. Glenna Chauncey. And last, but certainly not least, is Mary Bryan, who served again, I know you can't resist. Mary Bryan, I have to point out, please remain standing, ladies, if you will. Mary Bryan served 53 years with the City of Tampa. She started in December of 1962 with the old Metropolitan Development Agency, which was later converted to the city. Now, if you will, please join me in recognizing all of our female employees with the City of Tampa with over 40 years of service.
Stafford, who's the daughter of Josephine Stafford, just arrived, so when you acknowledge the dignitaries, if you can mention her as well.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, for all of your service, and I can only aspire to provide the level of service and the length of time that you all have. Now, to bring us greetings on behalf of Tampa City Council is Councilwoman Lisa Monteleone, representing District 7. The Councilwoman has been a resident of Hillsborough County for 26 years and District 7 for 12 years. She graduated from the University of South Florida in 2000 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Interdisciplinary Social Sciences, concentrating in public administration, urban studies, and social work. Councilwoman Monteleone comes from a diverse work background, having been employed with construction, development, bank and county entities. She is also a part of the City of Tampa Green Ordinance Committee, in addition to several other green-driven organizations and initiatives. Please welcome Councilwoman Monteleone.
First, let me apologize for how I'm going to sound, and you may want to sterilize the podium after I get finished up here. But it is my honor and pleasure to be here and present this commendation. This is just a wonderful celebration of the power of women and the history that we have in the City of Tampa. And thank you, Mayor Buckhorn, for recognizing that and putting so many very smart, very talented women in the administration. I'm really honored and really proud to be serving with all of the women here today. So for the past 20 years, a dedicated group of ladies have volunteered their time and their talents to host this event. And today we honor women who work for the city, who go above and beyond the call of duty to ensure the city is a better place to live, work, and play. This commendation from Tampa City Council proudly recognizes the City of Tampa's 20th Annual Women's History Month celebration and acknowledges the outstanding effort of the 2016 Women's History Month Planning Committee. Declared nationwide, Women's History Month is a tribute to the generations of women whose commitment and contributions have proven invaluable to our nation's history and contemporary society. The Tampa City Council salutes the City of Tampa Women's History Month Celebration Planning Committee for their diligent work in highlighting our own community leaders and congratulates this year's Josephine Howard Stafford Memorial Award recipient, Jeanette LaRussa Fenton. It was because of Ms. Fenton's work that we are here today. 20 years ago, she proposed and founded the concept of the City of Tampa's Women's History Month celebration. Thank you for putting that work in. Although I don't want to spread around that it's 20 years ago, you were probably 10 when you started when you started this celebration. Thank you for the exceptional work you do for our community and our city as we honor the extraordinary and remarkable women of Tampa for their contribution and accomplishments. You don't say anything?
Yeah,
You don't want to say
I just take the award.
Thank you for the commendation. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and thank you to the committee and everyone for their work for the City of Tampa. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Now at this time, we'd like to acknowledge our elected officials, previous Josephine Howard Stafford Award recipients, and other special guests. Joining us today, obviously, is our Honorable Mayor Bob Buckhorn. Council Chairman Frank Reddick. Council Member Guido Maniscalco. Of course, Councilwoman Lisa Monteleone, thank you. Council Member Mike Suarez. Also with us today is Governor Bob Martinez. Former Councilwoman Alvarez. Chloe Coney with Congresswoman Caster's office. And also with us is an honored guest, the daughter of Miss Josephine Howard Stafford, Miss Julie Stafford. You'll stand. Mr. Craig Lattimore, Supervisor of Elections. And from the Public Defender's Office, Julianne Holt. If there are any others, we do apologize that we missed your name, but we do ask that you stand to be recognized, please. Did I not call? Catherine Barja. Yes, thank you very much. Any others, if you would please stand to be recognized. At this time, we'd like to recognize the former Josephine Howard Stafford Memorial Award winners. If you would stand, if you're present, please, as your name is called, but first to start out with, posthumously recognizing Josephine Howard Stafford, Miss Jane E. Seilig, Sandy M. Sadola, Carol W. Guida, Gilbertina H. Wright, Kathleen A. Betancourt, There we go. Joan Tronco McConnell. The Honorable Betty P. Wiggins. Adriana Adri Colina. Cindy Miller. Chief Jane Caster. The Honorable Sandy Friedman. The Honorable Rose Ferlita. Sarah Ford Lang. Bonnie M. Wise. Captain Susan Tammy. The Honorable Catherine Barja. Francis Enriquez. The Honorable Gwen Miller. Thank you to all of our prior award recipients. It is now with honor that I introduce the mayor of the city of Tampa. We all know that the mayor believes that Tampa's strength is in its diversity. He is focused on building an environment that will move Tampa to the next level and create strong economic climate. As a husband to a highly accomplished wife and father of 2 daughters, Mayor Buckhorn truly understands the need to nurture a sense of community and public service in the young women of this and future generations. He has previously stated that the continued development of this city and nation depends on it. Bringing greetings, please welcome our mayor, Mayor Bob Buckhorn.
Sonya, thank you, and to all of you that are here today, thank you. I had the amazing experience of having worked alongside and worked with virtually every one of those women whose names you heard before. So it has been an honor for me to share that journey and my journey with each and every one of them. As all of you know, I started out working for the first woman mayor of the city of Tampa. And she beat into me. You all laugh. That's not... She literally beat into me the importance of diversity. Not that I didn't know it already, but she was a living, breathing example of how important diversity was, not only for this city, and the importance of making sure that any administration looks like the city that we represent. And I am proud to say that if you looked at this administration, my current administration, there has never been more women in positions of power and influence in any administration that has ever served this city. And I couldn't be proud of that. So in other words, I've been bossed around by powerful women for a long time. And then I go home. And it's even worse there. As many of you know, my wife, Dr. Kathy Lynch, is a force in her own right, who tolerates no foolishness, and has passed that on to my 2 daughters. So much so that my 10-year-old, who has obviously been listening to some of the speculation that flies around in my life, came into the back room the other day after listening to a report on TV where they were talking about, whatever I may or may not do after this, and she came back into that back room, and since all of you have grown up with her, you know what she looks like. She is redheaded, freckle-faced. She looks like an Irish terrorist. And she will drop the gloves at the first opportunity. This is the downside to raising powerful young women. She came back into that back room and she puffed herself up and she said to me, she said, "Daddy, I am not moving." She said, "You, Daddy, can commute," and turned around and walked right out the door. And I said to Cathy, my wife, I said, "Honey, looks like we're buying a puppy." But to all of you that are here today and to our guest speaker who has served this nation and to those of you that wear the uniform, thank you for what you do. I had the opportunity last night to be at General Lloyd Austin's farewell dinner, and I have never ceased to be amazed by the vigilance and the honor and the dignity with which the men and women who serve this great country carry themselves every day. So thank all of you. And to my friend Jeanette Fenton and to all of her family members that are here today, it's good to see you. I see some of her friends from West Tampa, Ricky Caldavilla, who is like the man of the year, the mayor of West Tampa. Congratulations again, Ricky, who are here to share in this great day for Jeanette. I've known Jeanette for probably 30 years, Jeanette. Jeanette's put up with me for a long time, and I could not think of anybody more worthy of this honor than Jeanette Fenton. And if you think about the growth of this city, and particularly the growth in West Tampa and Drew Park, and you think about the passion that Jeanette has applied to her pursuit of excellence and her, understanding her roots and where she came from and how we as a community must pay homage to that history, that immigrant history that helped to build this city. Jeanette has never let up in terms of making this a better place for all of us, always remembering how we got here and the immigrant families that helped build this amazing community. And so for me, Jeanette, to have the opportunity to be here with you today in the waning years of our career, I couldn't think of an honor more fitting of Jeanette's service to be here. And to all of you that every day get up and do an amazing job for this city, making me look good in the process, but more importantly, making this the city that we all aspire to be. And I will tell you, we are on the verge of something really, really special in this city. You've seen us transform ourselves over the last 4 years, and the nice thing is our best chapter has yet to be written. And it is being written by all of you in this room, not me, you. And so everything that we see today going on in this city that has taken on a new life and become the talk of the nation is because of folks like you who work for the city, who get up every day, some of you for 45 years, and have done yeoman's work in some very, very difficult times, never quitting, never complaining, never asking for anything other than the opportunity to get up that next day and do an amazing job for the people that we serve. This is your award, ladies. Jeanette, this is your award, and thank you for all that you do for this amazing community. You will be able to look back when your time is done and say, I was a part of something special. Thanks for everything, Jeanette. Congratulations. I have a letter here from Congresswoman Cathy Caster, my partner in Washington, D.C., although she currently is in Cuba, hopefully bringing me some cigars, because I'm not going. But that's a whole nother topic. And I have a proclamation for, and I'm not going to read all the whereases, but it dedicates today as Women's History Month in the city of Tampa. Congratulations to all of you. Keep being an amazing role model for those two little girls of mine, because I need you to break down those barriers. And hopefully this year, we're going to break down the ultimate barrier. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mayor Buckhorn. And as a part of your team, it certainly is an honor, and it's certainly reflective of our audience here, our honorees, and all that we do at the City of Tampa. We have an awesome team, and it's certainly a pleasure to be a part of it. Now we enter the awards portion of our program. Today, the city is excited to be once again partnering with MacDill Air Force Base in recognizing very special women. To introduce the distinguished award recipients, and representing MacDill Air Force Base is Colonel William M. Stowe, 6th Air Mobility Operations Group Commander. The Wing's overall mission is to provide the worldwide air refueling and combatant commander airlift support, in addition to the support of the U.S. Central Command, U.S. Special Operations Command, and 36 mission partners stationed at MacDill. The City of Tampa is pleased to have these men and women also call Tampa their home. Please join me in welcoming Colonel Stowe.
Good morning. On behalf of Colonel Dan Tully, the commander of the 6th Air Mobility Wing, thanks for attending today's ceremony. Let us take part in it. Thanks also to Mayor Buckhorn and Councilwoman Monteleone for partnering with us at MacDill in acknowledging airmen who made significant contributions to the advancement of women in the federal workplace. We've got 2 award recipients this year. One is unable to attend due to a military training course she's attending. And I'm not going to go through the whole litany of contributions they've done in this past year, but just hit a couple of the highlights. The first who's going to be recognized is Captain Sarah Hitchler, who is a flight commander and instructor pilot from the 91st Air Refueling Squadron flying the mighty KC-135. In the past year, she was the lead mission planner for a large live fly exercise supporting 32 coalition units, and she was the detachment commander for another live fire exercise supporting 5,000 joint personnel. In addition, she is a wing leader as a sexual assault response coordinator, and finally, she is the president of the local chapter of the Airlift Tanker Association. As I said, she's unable to attend, but receiving on her behalf is her squadron commander, Lieutenant Colonel Gene Jacobus. And our second recipient is Ms. Alexander Brady, who is a unit program coordinator in the 6th Operations Support Squadron. She was instrumental in revamping a broken aviation resource management program, ensuring it was compliant prior to a major inspection. Additionally, she is a fitness role model and workout partner for numerous squadron members, ensuring they are fit to fight. Finally, she is active in the local Meals on Wheels program, and in her spare time, she's only 1 class away now from receiving her bachelor's degree. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Alexander Brady. And again, thanks for allowing MacDill to take part in this. Appreciate it. It's a great event. And, the military is continuing to break down the barriers with women as well. So we'll continue to see where we go. And I can't wait to see what we have next year for this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel, and congratulations to all the MacDill honorees. Now for a very special part of our program, the presentation of the Josephine Howard Stafford Memorial Award. This award was established in 1997 to honor a current or former City of Tampa female employee who demonstrates outstanding commitment to her position and the community. The award recognizes a woman who is a pioneer in her profession or excels in a career field or profession level where women are underrepresented. This award is given in memory of Ms. Stafford, who devoted 24 years to the City of Tampa as an assistant city attorney and was an advocate for women's issues both professionally and in the community. Last year, Josephine Howard Stafford was inducted into the Hillsborough County Women's Hall of Fame. Joining our past recipients, the Honorable Sandy Friedman and the Honorable Gwen Miller. Here to introduce this year's honoree is the Honorable Gwen Miller, recipient of the 2015 Josephine Howard Stafford Memorial Award.
Good morning. It is a pleasure for me to be representing Jeanette LaRussa as the Josephine Award, getting her award this morning. Jeanette is a 4th-generation Tampa native with over 40 years of public service to our community. Jeanette was appointed by Mayor Pam Arroyo in October 2005 to lead the community redevelopment efforts in West Tampa and Drew Park. She works with residents, businesses, public and private sector organizations, and potentially investors to maximize the quality and pace of the positive economic impact to the community revitalization initiatives. In 2001, Mayor Arroyo appointed Jeanette to serve as Director, Intergovernmental Relations for the City of Tampa. Her responsibilities included lobbying the Florida legislature on behalf of the City of Tampa and promoting the city interests at the state and federal levels. Prior to her appointment, she served as Assistant Director. Jeanette originally joined city government in October 1995 when Mayor Dick A. Greco appointed her as the manager of the City Private Industry Council. She led a 30-person staff responsibility for the job training services to the disadvantaged youth, adults, and displaced workers, and was instrumental in guiding the successful consolidation of the city and county workforce development programs. Jeanette was also a key member of the city economic development team, helping to recruit and retain businesses. Previously employed with Hillsborough County government for almost 20 years, Jeanette served in various capacities, including social services, civil rights outreach and compliance, growth management, and community development. She was appointed Director of the Hillsborough County Commerce Department in July 1991, with responsibility for the county's economic development, consumer protection, and volunteer programs. She received the 1995 Excellence in Government Award, the highest bestowed upon a county employee. Jeanette has been recognized with numerous awards for her professional and community service, including Women of Distinction by the Suncoast Girl Scouts, Human Rights Awards from the Tampa Hillsborough Human Rights Council, Hillsborough County Community College 40 Outstanding Alumni, 4 awards from the Florida Redevelopment Association and the Planning Commission for a project she led. And she was chosen in 2001 as the first recipient of the Italian-American Women of Excellence in Government Award. Jeanette received a prestigious award from Governor, which was appointed by the late Governor Lawton Childs to the Florida Commission of Human Rights, where she served for 4 years. Jeanette is an honors graduate from St. Joseph's Catholic School, Tampa Catholic High School, and Hillsborough Community College. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communication and Sociology from the University of South Florida, and a Master of Science degree in Management from National Louis University. Jeanette and her life partner, George Gregg, have a blended family of 3 children, a daughter-in-law, and 5 grandchildren. When I was called to introduce Jeanette, it was really an honor because Jeanette has been friends for 16 years, and a friend like that deserved this honor, and I am so proud to be here with you, Jeanette. This time, Mayor, would you please come and help me give the award to Jeanette?
The award reads, in recognition of your outstanding contributions to your profession and to our community, Jeanette LaRussa Fenton, Economic and Urban Development, Josephine Howard Stafford Memorial Award, 20th Annual City of Tampa Women's History Month Celebration, March 23rd, 2016. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Bryan.
Oh my, this is a bit overwhelming for me. It's like, did I die? Am I here at my own funeral? Or this is just, it's so much. I'm overwhelmed. First of all, thank you, Gwen, for that lovely, where is she, Gwen? There you are. Thank you for that lovely introduction, and Mayor, for your gracious comments and your presentation. And of course, thank you everyone for being here today. As I have said every day, multiple times a day since I got word that I was receiving this great honor, I am honored beyond words. It's funny how life comes full circle. My mother worked for Hillsborough County for many years, and she knew Josephine Howard Stafford. And from time to time, she would mention her. And in addition to being acquainted with her at work, they were both pregnant at the same time, my mother with me and Josephine with Julie. So flash forward 41 years, and I come to work for the city of Tampa, and I get to meet the extraordinary Josephine Howard Stafford. Sadly for me, I did not have the privilege of knowing Josephine for very long, only about 2 years before she passed away. Flash forward another 20 years, and I'm here receiving an award in Josephine's name, and Julie Stafford is here in support. And Julie, we thank you. You're there in the back. We had you here in the front. You're there somewhere, but yes, Julie, everybody. So Julie, forgive me for divulging our respective ages to the crowd, but thank you for being here every year in support of this event as we honor your mother and many, many outstanding women. You heard about the beginning of this event and this award. For years, I attended the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration and the Black History Month celebrations, and I've always really enjoyed them. And I thought, we need to do a Women's History Month celebration, and nobody seemed to be doing anything. So I kept thinking about this, and it stayed as a small dream of mine for years. And then finally, in 1996, I said, we really need to do this. Well, at that time, I had only been working for the city about a year. No matter, I mustered up my courage. I met with Mayor Greco, and I laid out my ideas for a Women's History Month celebration and an award to honor an outstanding female employee. Well, of course, Mayor Greco was very supportive, and it took off from there. Wisely, the first thing I did was to enlist the help of Brad Baird. I don't know if Brad is here. Brad, where are you, Brad? Brad was like a son to Josephine, and so he was one of the first people I called upon to work on this, along with my friend Debbie Stevenson, way back in the back, another 40-plus year. And we created a committee to begin working on the first celebration, and we've been at it ever since. Some committee members have been with us almost the entire time. Some are more recent, some have come and gone. But I say to all of the ladies of the Women's History Month Committee, and the gentlemen too, because we have had some gentlemen on the committee, both past and present, thank you for all of your work. I know they're going to stand up and be recognized, but I want to recognize them as well. It's a labor of love putting this event on, and I just thank them so much. Yes, and I applaud you. There are so many people that I should be thanking today. I could never list them all in the short time that I have, but there's a few that I really must single out. First, many, many thanks to my nominator, a phenomenal woman herself, our esteemed city clerk, Shirley Fox Knowles. And my friend and colleague, Michelle Van Loan, who supported my nomination. Michelle is here somewhere. I see her. Thank you, Michelle. Of course, I am very thankful to the selection committee for choosing me. I know that there were a number of very worthy candidates, so I am truly honored. I salute those other ladies that were nominated. I salute my sisters who have worked for the city of Tampa for 20-plus years, and especially those with 40-plus years. And of course, my sister nominees from MacDill Air Force Base and all of the great women out there serving our country. I applaud you. I mentioned Mayor Greco earlier, since it was under his administration that we started this, but I also want to thank Mayors Iorio and, of course, Mayor Buckhorn for continuing the celebrations during their administrations and for always being so supportive. We have been so fortunate in this city to have had such great mayors, and we heard Governor Martinez, but before Governor was Governor Martinez, he was Mayor Martinez, and I think he had to leave. But and all of our mayors, they have taken this city to great heights, and we are very, very fortunate to have them as our leaders, and I applaud you as well. I have worked nonstop since I was a teenager, so I have had many jobs and many bosses. But 3 have had a particularly profound influence on me professionally and also personally. And they're going to be 3 that I mentioned that are going to be well known to many of you in this audience. Unfortunately, all 3 have passed, but they are so very close to me in my heart. The first is Robert W. Saunders, a true American hero, a civil rights icon, and a man of great strength and courage. He taught me so much, including the need to fight for what is right and to fight for those that may not have a voice. He gave me an inside look at the civil rights movement with his many stories, and it led me to call him the Black Paul Harvey, because with him you always got the rest of the story. The next one is Frederick B. Carl, another great American hero, former Hillsborough County Administrator, former state Supreme Court Justice, gubernatorial candidate, and so much more. Mr. Carl was easily the wisest, most politically astute gentleman I have ever known, and a true statesman. We could sure use a man like Frederick B. Carl today. I learned so much just by watching him, and he gave me some of the best opportunities of my career during my time with Hillsborough County. Finally, our own Fernando Noriega, who we lost very recently. Without Fernando, I wouldn't be standing here, because he was the man that hired me to come to work for the city of Tampa. His passion for our city, to make it better and to help those in need, was an example for me and for all of us. I have been truly blessed with the most wonderful, loving, and supportive family and friends that anybody could ask for. And I'm going to try and get through this part without crying, but I don't guarantee anything. They have stuck with me through thick and thin, good and bad, ups and downs. They have helped me in ways both big and small. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And that goes as well for my city family, and particularly my colleagues and friends from Economic and Urban Development. You could not have a greater bunch of folks to work with, and I appreciate them as well. Okay, here comes the tears now. Of course, where would I be without my mother, Frances? And she's here in the front row, and we can applaud. She's with me here at 95 years old and still going strong. We have my father has gone before us, and we have him here in our hearts, but I know he's looking down on us today. My mother was a great role model for me because she was a working mother before we had common working mothers and before there were accommodations for working parents, and she kind of set the standard for me. She retired after 30 years with Hillsborough County government, so I guess public service is in our blood. My parents instilled in me many, many strong values, including hard work, perseverance, and making the best of whatever life hands you. But she just didn't support me with her love and encouragement. She did the hard work of taking care of my son day in and day out, along with my wonderful mother-in-law, who's no longer with us. And I never had a moment's worry knowing that he was in their loving care. I can never thank them enough, although I hope to pay it forward by taking care of my own grandchildren someday as they did for me. Thank you, Mom, and I love you very much. Which brings me to my son, Robert. I really lucked out in that department, and he had to go in the back because he's there with my beautiful grandchildren, being a great dad. He is a wonderful son, and he has grown into a wonderful husband and father, and I am very proud of him. Robert, I have found my greatest love, my greatest pride, and my greatest joy in being your mother. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm going to dab a little bit. To George, my love and my life partner, thank you for all your love and support. I truly could not have done it without you. So many times I've come home exhausted after very long, stressful days, and I've left my best self behind at the office. And this goes really for Robert and for George. You gave me your patience, your love, even though I wasn't always lovable, and I am really, truly grateful for that. I have been so fortunate to be able to spend over 40 years serving the city that I love, the people that I love, and I just couldn't be more grateful for that. I hope my work, both professionally and in community service, has made Tampa a little bit better. To my sisters and brothers here that work for the city of Tampa, and for all of you public servants that are here with us today, I have a special message. You are so very important. The work that you do is so very important. I know that often you don't get the credit that you deserve, and people don't realize how hard you work. But I do. I see you every day. I see how hard you work. I see how much you care. I see how often you go the extra mile. I am today and always will be proud to be one of you. Thank you, everyone.
Jeanette, congratulations, and what a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful takeaway for us. Thank you for sharing and opening your heart to us as you always do. Jeanette was one of the first people to welcome me when I came on board with the city back in 2011, and she always greets me with a smile and words of encouragement and doesn't hesitate to pick up the phone or send an email when she wants to give an attaboy. So, atta-girl, atta-girl, that's right. So thank you, Jeanette, for being just a fine example for all of those who come behind you here at the city, for sharing your vision and being the fine example that you are, and most importantly, for embracing the pay it forward. So thank you. Now, for our keynote speaker, Ms. Karen Murtis, a retired lieutenant colonel of the United States Air Force and founder of Fulfill Your Destiny Incorporated, a nonprofit corporation. She holds a bachelor's degree in mathematics and 2 master's degrees in business administration and cost estimating and analysis. Additionally, as a lieutenant colonel, she held top secret clearances during her military service, which required every bit of the advanced education and 18 years of experience she accumulated. Karen has earned 3 certifications and is internationally recognized as a certified entrepreneur coach, certified leadership coach, and certified women's issues consultant. We're excited to have her here today, so please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, retired Lieutenant Colonel Karen Murtis.
Thank you, Sonya, for that very nice introduction, and thank you to the Women's History Month Committee for inviting me to speak here today. It is my honor to be with you all. Good morning, Mayor Buckhorn, distinguished Tampa City Council members, Colonel Stowe, honorees, guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all who serve our country and to serve our great city. Today, I hope to make you smile and present ideas that you'll find inspiring and offer what I call takeaways, thoughts that I hope you'll ponder long after our time together this morning has passed. You'll hear how to become a champion leader when you triumph through tragedy, to fulfill your destiny when you inspire yourself and others to live the life that you've always envisioned. The key to success rests in people like us who embody the spirit of greatness by saying, "Yes, I can, and you can too." Thank you to all for giving your time, energy, and endless dedication in service to our country and our great city of Tampa. We meet and learn from champions every day. I've learned that to be a champion, we must think like a champion, because champions think differently than everyone else. We approach our life and work with a different mindset and belief system that separates us from the pack in 5 different ways. First, champions expect to win. When we walk on the court, field, into a meeting or classroom, we expect to win. In fact, we're surprised when we don't win. We expect success, and our positive beliefs often lead to positive actions and outcomes. We win in our minds first, and then we win in the hearts and the minds of our customers. Second, that champions celebrate the small wins. By celebrating the small wins, champions gain the confidence to go after the big wins. Big wins and big success happen through the accumulation of many small victories. With the right kind of celebration and reinforcement, champions work harder, practice more, and believe we can do greater things. Third, champions don't make excuses when we don't win. We don't focus on the faults of others. We focus on what we can do better. We set our mistakes and defeats aside, and we see them as opportunities for growth. As a result, we become stronger, wiser, and better. Fourth, champions focus on what we get to do, not what we have to do. We see our life and work as a gift, not an obligation. We know that if we want to achieve a certain outcome, we must commit and appreciate the process. We may not enjoy every moment of the journey, but our attitude and will help us develop our skill. And fifth, champions believe that we will experience more wins in the future. Our faith is greater than our fear. Our certainty is greater than all the doubt. Our passion and purpose are greater than our challenges. In spite of our situations, champions believe our best days are ahead of us and not behind us. Now, if you don't think that you have what it takes to be a champion, please think again, because champions aren't born. We're shaped and molded. We can develop our mindset and the mindset of our leadership team with the right thinking, beliefs, and expectations that lead to powerful actions and successful endeavors. We can be champions even in the most challenging of circumstances because our great city of Tampa is always prepared. I have a question for you. What are you doing today to make tomorrow better? Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. You cannot be what you cannot see, so think big. If you can dream it, you can do it. The reward of a thing well done is to have done it. So are we ready? It's been mentioned that I'm a retired lieutenant colonel from our United States Air Force and the founder of Fulfill Your Destiny. Fulfill Your Destiny's website, fulfillyourdestiny.org, is #1 on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Inspiring stories of people that Fulfill Your Destiny has helped is under the Who We've Helped tab. And it's a content-rich site, and I invite you to visit it. In 2014, WEDU honored Fulfill Your Destiny with their Be More Entrepreneurial Engaged Philanthropist Award. I'm dedicated to enriching the lives of others by bringing business and community together. Now, part of my story that you may not yet know, and that I've specifically been asked to share with you today, is that I'm also a traumatic brain injury, a TBI survivor. Imagine, if you will, how you'd feel if you could no longer do what it is that you're doing today. If everything that you've worked for, educationally and professionally, was gone in that instant. This is my story. I was a mathematics major from Boston University with 2 advanced degrees. I was a 2-time back-to-back Comptroller Squadron Commander and the Chief Financial Officer of a $169 million overseas operation. I was a lieutenant colonel in our United States Air Force, and I was moving on up. To paraphrase the song, my future was so bright, I had to wear shades. And then, life happened. February 7th, 2007 was the day that forever changed my life's path. I was serving right here on MacDill Air Force Base, and I was driving the speed limit on I-75 when I was struck at 7:20 p.m. by a drunk driver that was traveling literally over 100 miles per hour. He had a blood alcohol level of 0.221, nearly 3 times the legal limit. Both cars were totaled. My axle snapped in half and was pushed into my transmission, which caused my brakes and steering to fail. My vehicle's undercarriage dragged, creating sparks, the distance equivalent of 3 football field lengths. And the smell of burning rubber was absolutely horrifying, as I had a full gas tank and I worried that it would catch fire. The impact upon my head and brain were multiple G-forces. My brain literally cracked and bled inside my skull. I made a futile attempt to regain control of my vehicle as my car slid sideways down the interstate, with cars in the remaining lanes traveling by me at highway speeds, veering around my car to avoid hitting me. During this time, as my life hung in the balance, I promised that if I were fortunate to survive, I'd spend the rest of my life helping others. As we all know, bad things happen to good people every single day. But it is our character that drives our destiny in life. We always have a choice to be a victim, no, or become victorious despite all odds. For every deficit, I found a new strength. So my motto is to be better, not bitter. I have come to own my traumatic brain injury, but I am determined not to be owned by it. My TBI has taken me in positive directions I never would have gone. I've found what most would have deemed obstacles have in fact become opportunities for different kinds of success. So what did I do to make gallons of lemonade out of that big lemon? My lesson is that out of pain comes our passion and we find our purpose. By sharing my story, I serve as an inspirational advocate for TBI survivors and their families, as well as other victims of drunk driving crashes. I'm on the cover of Fearless Women, Visions of a New World, a book that graces our White House and offices of other heads of state. My cover photo even was featured on the Reuters billboard in New York Times Square. I was honored by our Tampa Bay Lightning as one of our community heroes during the inaugural year of this very generous gift to our city. I was a celebrity dancer in Julie Weintraub's Hands Across the Bay's Dancing with the Stars. And I was fortunate to garner the most online votes, so personally raising tens of thousands of dollars for the designated charities. I'm a #1 Amazon best-selling author of Plaintiff 101, where all proceeds directly benefit Fulfill Your Destiny. All monies are then used to help people here locally and organizations. I've been honored to be the guest of dozens of radio and TV personalities, as well as delivering a number of keynote speeches sharing my story with international and national audiences. I don't take a salary. I pay the administrative costs personally, and I donate an additional 10% in honor of each donor. 110% then is donated, giving donors an immediate 10% return on their charitable investments. Be persistent, be tenacious, and never, ever give up. If you keep striving and hang on, no matter what the obstacles, you will prevail and succeed at levels you may never have envisioned. So how do we fulfill our destinies? It's through the art of leadership we inspire ourselves and others. Our United States Air Force members will recognize our core values. The I in inspire represents integrity first. The N, nothing, as in nothing should stop us. The S, service before self. The P, perseverance. The second I in inspire, ingenuity. The R, respect and responsibility. And the E, excellence in all we do. Since we have many reasons to succeed, we simply do not have reasons to quit. And since we're not quitting, we cannot fail. As you fulfill your destiny, take others on your journey with you. Much like our bodies need exercise to perform at their peak, our souls need philanthropy to make our hearts happy. Help as many people as you can by providing a hand up. Strive to be relevant by making a difference in other people's lives each and every day. Fulfill Your Destiny's motto is be a hero. Hands eagerly reach out to help others when and where needed. We experience what Fulfill Your Destiny calls charity-generated endorphins when we donate our time, talents, treasures, or combination of these to others. Be entrepreneurial, innovative, groundbreaking, and above all else, go all in and choose to give your very, very best at all that you do. When you think of stopping for the day, do one more, just one more in the pursuit of your goals. I've found that when we work really hard and are kind, amazing things happen. If I can help you in any way, please contact me. Remember that your worst day can become your best, bad day. Embrace this. Enjoy your journeys and fulfill your destinies. I thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel. What a great day we're having, aren't we? This is absolutely wonderful. Thank you for sharing your very inspiring story and also for the words of encouragement. I do have a takeaway. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And all of us can be champions, as Lieutenant Colonel just shared with us. And again, thank you for your very inspiring words. Now, in closing, I almost hate to say this because it's so good. But now in closing, I want to congratulate all of our past recipients, award recipients, and certainly again to congratulate our 2016 award recipient, Ms. Jeanette Fenton. This has truly been a wonderful program. We want to thank each one of you for joining us in this 2016 Women's History Celebration. And a heartfelt thank you to all of our program participants, our sponsors, and of course, MacDill Air Force Base, thanks to all of the men and women who serve our country, and to the Women's History Month Planning Committee for all of their hard work to make all of this possible, and a huge success. And if I could just take a very quick moment and ask all of the committee members to please stand for a brief moment. Thanks to each one of you. It's clearly obvious that this is a labor of love, and without you, much of what we've experienced today would not have been enjoyed, but we now have something to take away with us. And thank you to all of those who have shared their stories and continue to be a beacon of inspiration to all of us coming behind you. And we look forward to going into the next phase with you, because I know that you won't leave us behind. During the month of March, you can help women returning to the workforce. As part of Women's History Month, clean, gently worn suits, work attire, and accessory are being collected for the Dress for Success program. You may drop off donations throughout the month of March at the City of Tampa CMOB building, the Construction Services Building, located on North Boulevard, TMOB, the Tampa Municipal Office Building on the 5th floor, and the City of Tampa Solid Waste Department. Please support this worthy cause that helps women transition back into the workforce. Also, another housekeeping item, on your way out, please view the Women's History display located on the 1st floor in the lobby. The display will remain in the mascot room located on the 1st floor of Old City Hall during the entire month of March for additional viewing. Finally, if you have not already done so, please get a reduced parking voucher for the garage. They're available as you exit the doors with any of our committee members. Finally, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. As I am certain that you have enjoyed this program and being able to participate and join in the celebration of our women with the City of Tampa, who contribute so much to all of us, so much to making our city the great city that it is, not just our city, but our entire country. So thank you for joining us today.
And just for the record, that is the first time in 5 years that Sonya Little has ever advocated reducing our revenue stream.
That's for sure. That's for sure.